Hey guys, how's it going? I'm sitting outside again. It's the end of October and it's still warm. Can you believe it? We're in Canada. It's summer. Okay, so a little weather update for you. And I have one episode for you coming up soon because I just figured out this one solution for this one problem I had. So I want to share with you, but before I do that, it's about video games. So it's coming up. But before I do that, I need to process it a bit more myself and kind of let it settle down and observe myself more to really make it helpful for you and for me. So, so that's coming up. What about video games and boys? But today I want to talk to you and tell you something that's been super helpful for me. And I'm sure it's going to make a big difference for you. Okay. So have you ever felt this terrible, terrible little pinch like inside? It's almost like a stab that feels like, oh no, I'm missing out on the time with my kids. Or like I'm missing out on my kids and they're going to grow up and I'm going to miss the time with them, right? Have you ever felt that? If you have ever felt that, then this episode is for you because that hits me once in a while. It hits me. And the most useful thing that ever, I love that I have this awareness, this solution, is because it really helps. So when I feel that, and sometimes I just feel this like terrible, like inside feeling, like, oh no, shoot, like tightening up of the stomach, like just freezing up, like just really bad. And I don't even notice the thought behind it. It just feels like a feeling, right? It feels like something's wrong. And when I get like curious and I notice it a few times, then I see it and I'm like, oh, okay, I feel like I'm missing out on the time with my kids. So I have to like tell myself what's going on. And like kind of like see it more for what it is, be honest with myself. And then because it doesn't feel good, it feels really, really terrible because it feels like time is scarce, the kids will grow up, I'm going to regret not being with them as much. It just feels like this thing that you cannot fix and it's going to happen and you have lost, right? So I really tell myself, I remind myself that, which is what you can do as well, that it is not the truth that I'm missing out on my kids right now. It is not the truth that's anywhere out there, or it's not a truth in the world that I'm missing out on the time with my kids. It is not a fact. It is not happening. Actually, outside in the world, it is simply a sentence in my head right now. It is simply a bunch of words that I'm thinking that's making me feel really, really bad. So as soon as I remember that, I'm like, oh, it's not the truth. It's just what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh, well, thank God, because I don't have to now worry about it being true, and I don't have to worry about regretting not spending time with my kids. Oh, it's not the truth. I don't have to fix anything now. I just have to realize, oh, this is what I'm thinking, and I'm feeling really bad, and it doesn't mean that it's actually happening, okay? So if you are thinking something along the lines of you're missing out on something, or missing out on the time with your boy, then you can remind yourself that the truth, and how do you even define the truth, right? It's not a fact out there. The truth, it's something, if you are thinking it and you're believing it, then it feels true to you. But it's not something that's going on in the world. It's not like a thing that's happening that everyone can prove that it's true. Do you know what I mean? It's simply like an opinion, simply your point of view at this moment. So remind yourself of that. And the next step that I also like to do is, what am I going to make it mean that I had this thought, right? I could make it mean that, oh my God, it is true. you're right. I'm missing out on all this time with them. I'm either working too much or cleaning too much or cooking too much or not playing with them enough, right? What am I going to make it mean? And if you make it mean that it's true, then you're going to spin out. You're going to start trying to spend more time with them. You're going to try to work less. You're going to try to cook less, to clean less, to play with them more. And guess what? If you keep the same thought, I'm not spending enough time with them, you're going to feel the same pinch, yeah? So it's not going to work, okay? So spending more time with them is not going to do the trick. It's changing your thinking, okay? So what I like to make it mean is I change it a little bit to, I'm like, oh, this thought is actually pointing to the fact that I want to spend time with my kids, which is another thought, right? Which is something that I want to think and feel, right? It's pointing to the fact that I want to spend time with my kids. And the other thing is that it is important to me. And then I feel a lot more empowered and control. I feel like I'm able to choose. I'm like, oh, right, this is just a sign that I actually want to do that. It doesn't mean that I'm missing out. That means that this is just what I want to do next, right? Do you see what I mean? It's kind of like, I like to think of it as a warning light or like a blinker that if you get, for example, if you get hungry or in the car, like if you get hungry, you have the stomach tells you, oh, I'm hungry, right? Feed me, right? But in the car, the gas light comes on. I'm low on gas, give me some gas. So in terms of kids, for me, I like to think of it that it says, oh, I'm missing out on time with the kids. Oh, it doesn't actually mean that I'm missing out on anything. It simply means that I need to give myself what I want. And what I want is some quality time with my kids, even to be just 1 minute, right? It doesn't have to be much because it's simply you're looking for that feeling of like, yes, I got what I want. I love my kids. My kids are important to me. I spend enough time with them, right? So what will you make it mean? You can make it mean anything you want about you. You can make it mean even nothing. You're like, I am absolutely not missing out on anything with my kids. I am there for things that I want to be there for, and I am not there for things I don't want to be there for, right? And simply look at it as what it is. It is simply a thought. And that is how I like to approach most problems that I have. And when I call them problems, I really am referring to a situation that hasn't been resolved yet, which is how I look at it as a thought or a feeling problem. So like the video game problem that I mentioned in the beginning, for me, it is a feeling problem. I brought it to my coach. I said, I don't like how this is feeling, and I also don't like how I'm showing up to this. It's not so bad, but I don't like how I'm feeling about it. So then I fix the feeling problem or the thought problem. And if we're fighting with our son, right, that is an action problem, but it is solved on the thought level problem. So this is what I have for you guys today. If you have any questions about this is what I'm here for. I'm here to connect you with your kids, connect you with your boy, eliminate all the fighting that you don't want to be doing with your boy, connect you with him regardless of who he is, what he does, and get the thought problems resolved, because you can do that. You can completely resolve all of them and get the skill to be able to resolve it yourself on a daily, weekly basis, so that whatever comes up, you have the tools to keep the relationship with him just as you like and yourself. All right, guys? So if you are ready, you shouldn't wait any longer, because your boy is growing up and I don't want you to miss out. I don't want you to look back and think, oh, I spent more years fighting with him. I could have had a great relationship with him way back when, right? I don't want you to have that and like literally miss out on being with him, connected with him all this time. Even though you have me, you have the help you can get. All right, guys? So all you need to do is go to my website, go to www.coachingnatalia.com, go to sign up for a free session, and that's when we get to work. I can't promise you it will be comfortable, but it for sure will be fun because it's fun with me, and it will be so rewarding right away. It'll be rewarding right away. You can connect with him right away. Okay. All right. So I'll talk to you soon. Have a great week. I love you. Bye.